here we are. Hello.
Hey everybody. Welcome to TFT, Tarot for Today, Divine Dabblings with
Oberon.
me, Banshee. Tomato to deal with?
Tomatoes.
You say tomato, I say tomato. Or maybe tornado. Yeah, Violet's maybe in the clear now, we hope, but she's very stressed out. A lot of storms in that area overnight, and
Yeah, it's stressful.
some people got hit pretty hard. So, welcome to the show, everybody. We have a birthday reading today with Kara, so we're going to get going. Also, with Violet not here, be patient with us. We don't necessarily have to take your question in advance, but, if you post them, we'll try to keep up with that. So, but you got to be here when we call you. That's the caveat.
Yeah,
because,
if you're not here and we don't have your question, we may have to move on to the next person.
So, it always
It's up
guarantees
to
you
you.
a spot. However, we're going to be a little bit flexible with that today because, And also, Mr. O is noticing some glitchiness with the stream. Has it settled down?
A little bit, but,
Okay.
I'm keeping my eye on it. So,
All right. So if ever we go down, we will
Hey,
come
Sonny.
back and keep the list in the same order. All right. All right. Also a reminder, for everyone that we will not have a Thursday live show. Mr. O's got things to do that day, and so we have to switch it up. We'll just be back on happy hour Saturday. But also, check out our unhappy hour video on Wednesday at 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. It's a video, but we will be live in the chat as we talk about the unhappy readings for unhappy hour.
and
All
how
right,
you can turn that frown upside down.
there you go. Mr. O, you may pull a card for us out of here. I'm using the Seasons of the Witch Beltane Oracle. It's nearly Beltane. They all look the
Yes,
same. You
a
don't
lot
have
of
to-
people are
right
celebrating
upright.
this weekend. Okay, so what do we got?
What do
We
you-
have number 10, fertilizing.
Ooh.
That sounds like Beltane.
That's a different one, yeah.
Shall I
don't
read
think
the
we got
legend
that one.
underneath?
I like when we get one we haven't had before. Fertilizing mastery. When fertilizing appears in your reading, it shows that you are mastering your craft through diligence and consistency. You are a hard worker and have invested in your goal with single-minded focus. However, it's time to expand your efforts. As a plant grows, so does its hunger for fertilizer. So more effort is needed as your success grows and your goals expand. Now may be a good time to further invest in your development. Taking a class, finding a mentor, or engaging in research will help you to advance your skills. This card is one of mastery, and you are well on your way to becoming an expert in your field. If you pulled this card you didn't pull it with the green man, it's just a standalone card. So, let me just say this. I mean, as library people, we all know, you get your library degree, you go out there in the real world, and you're always learning something new. There's always changes with technology, there's changes with policies and procedures, there's national standards to follow. There are all these things involved with, becoming a master at something. And are you ever really truly a master? Not necessarily. You should always be fertilizing and growing and expanding.
Well, this card vibrates to the number 1 because 10,
Yeah.
is a number 1. And number 1s are all about beginnings. So it's very part of that whole idea about, preparing for something to come, the fertilization or the nurturing of something. All right.
I'm just looking, I see Angel Rivera came in. I'm
Hi,
going to
Angel.
update my list and then post it.
Hi, V.
And then V as well. Hi, V. All right. So it's just us today as Violet, deals with storminess. I put V in and it changed it to Eve, so I'm going to be dealing with this weird stuff on notes here. But, so forgive me if your name doesn't come out right. I'll try to correct it as I go.
So first up is the birthday reading for Kara.
Yes. Happy birthday, Kara. Kara's birthday is on Beltane. What a nice magical day there, Kara.
Happy birthday.
So we are going to get started. Are you going to I'll use a deck this time, if you don't
You may
mind.
use a deck.
I am going to pick.
Happy birthday.
I am going to pick the Witch's Garden for Kara. All right. Since it is Beltane and all. And I'm going to have you, I'm going to have you shuffle last so you can cut. That'll be fun. Wow, I think it's the last of our birthday palooza for a while. But if other birthdays are coming up, keep us posted and we'll get you on our birthday list. We'll try to fit you in. Okay.
Sunny kisses. Aw, thank you.
Hey, Kara, just reverse those numbers to 35.
That's what my
And
mom
that
always
can be
did.
where, how young you feel. Although I think I feel a lot younger than, and if you reverse my years, it doesn't work as well. So I'm 67. I turned 67 last month, and it would be 76 reversed. So savor these years when you can reverse those numbers.
My mother liked that. It worked for her most of the time. Alrighty, here's that cut. Card 1. The gift you, Kara, received last year that you can make the most of this year.
Well, it's interesting. I almost think you know this lesson already, or the gift that you had from last year. It's the Seven of Wands reversed. And to me, that indicates learning about what happens when you don't set boundaries, or when people find ways through, and they get through them and cause you some grief or havoc in your life, or some pressures. Don't fold under pressure. All it's saying, and I think that's the lesson you got out of this, not to fold under pressure, but to build a stronger barrier.
It's also possible, too, that the gift of last year taught you that some battles cannot be won, and that maybe it is okay to retreat from them. But still, the idea of making sure that your barrier or border is fortified as you pull away is a warranted idea to that gift.
I like that, Christabel. My mother was like that, too.
Oh yeah, we used to know somebody who used to have an annual 29th birthday party every year.
Every year. What's the second card again?
The second card for Kara is the gift of the present moment.
Wow, talk about being ghosted.
Oh dear, it is the Five of Pentacles.
It's the Five of Pentacles, which makes you feel like you've been isolated or left out of something. So the gift of the present moment is basically about finding your community and realizing where, your support really lies, particularly when the going gets tough. You know how when the going gets tough, sometimes your friends and family and that go the other direction? This is about finding who's there for you, in times of need.
Well, maybe another way to look at this too, I'm going to be slightly contrary, is that the gift of the present moment is to understand that there is a power in your sense of isolation or being ghosted. And of course, I'm not talking about your relationships with all of us or other people but maybe about, more specific situations that were, something you were looking forward to or something you felt, was important, to you. So understanding that idea that you can be solid unto yourself, you can be, a circle unto yourself, even alone if you need to be. Card 3.
Card 3.
The gift from your connections with others in this next year.
Well, look, this looks wonderful, Kara. Are you going to find Mr. Right? It's the Four of Wands. You know, the Four of Wands can be about marriage or about, you
Yeah, it
know,
can.
deepening relationships. That's why I mention it. But the thing about the Four of Wands, as we know, because it's TFT's unofficial party card, is that, you know, I think you're going to find, you know, better conditions, better connections in this year ahead, or a deepening of some of the connections you already have. And it's going to serve you well. There's a solid foundation being built here, you know, with you and others.
I like this image of the card, and I would not be true to my scorpionic nature if I didn't say, don't be too horny with that masked person. Peer beneath the facade and get to know what's really going on there.
Okay, Mr. O.
Just kidding.
I guess.
All right,
Okay,
card
what's next?
4 is the gift that will help you work on, achieve, or move forward on your dreams or goals.
Wow.
Oh.
Wow, talk about, look at these romance cards coming up here. But you know, the Lovers is more than that. I think that the gift that can help you work on, achieve, and accomplish your goals is making the right choices. Really sitting down and determining what is truly calling to you. What is calling to your soul? What are you really passionate about? If you can't be all in on something, it's going to be hard to see it through and be successful. And I think, you know, some of us are maybe better at that than others. But the thing is, you need the passion, you need the motivation. You want to pick what's truly calling to your soul.
And I like that explanation. I have to wholeheartedly agree with that. I think it's possible too, saying that, you know, that in everything that we learn and develop, you know, there are sometimes challenges or segues or tangents. And so this is also saying too, to really look into your heart and understand what that is, that passion is, because you may see other things that have potential to want to impress upon you too. And so it will be important for you to understand exactly what really works for you, what grows your desires, and maybe what doesn't do that as well.
I like that.
Card 5. The gift from your spirit guides or your ancestors, and or what do they want you to know or keep in mind within this next year?
Well,
it's so funny, except it's not. It's the Two of Cups reversed, and maybe the Two of Cups reversed is here to say that, you know, you have to really find out for sure what it is you harmonize to, and that maybe sometimes you may perceive what your spirit guides think is best for you doesn't really resonate with you, and you have to maybe acquaint yourself more with their wisdom or be willing to understand that, or maybe be willing to say something to them or challenge them back.
I feel like your spirit guides are saying to form healthy relationships. And you know, that could also mean between them. You know, that really, if you seeking them out, you're seeking assistance, you know, approach them with reverence, approach them, I don't know, I probably am speaking to the choir here, but approach them with reverence, approach them with respect, and not just expect them to be there for you at your beck and call. Give them some homage during the year. You know, you don't have to wait for Samhain to call up the ancestors, right?
It's true.
And so, you know, we go visit the graves. We like to go around this time, actually, to visit the graves come May. So, you know, make time for your ancestors. And I feel here, and make your connection stronger. And really invest yourself in the healthy relationships, the ones that really work for you.
I like it. Honest partners and all that.
All right, card
6. The gift this year will ultimately give to you, Kara. What lessons will you have learned, or what progress or growth will you have achieved by next year?
Of all the cards to get in the last spot.
Uh-oh. Oh. Nothing really matters. It's the Five of Swords reversed.
Does matter.
And the
Does.
Five of Swords reversed a lot of times is about things that, you know, you can't possibly win, or that will only rend everything else apart. And so the gift that you will get is that you will move beyond that. Whatever does threaten, you know, your life, despite anything else. And I'm talking about really the functionality of your life. I don't think this is about personal danger to you.
Yeah, that's an uh-oh card, Kara. But, you know, it's talking about the gift you receive, you know, and the lessons you have learned by the next, you know, birthday.
It's a take no prisoners card.
It is a kind of a take no prisoners card, but it's also kind of a card of, you know, knowing when to hold them, knowing when to fold them, knowing when it's time to give up on something that's not working out. Whether it's a project or goal, whether it's relationships that have become too testy or confrontational, who needs it? You know, I mean, trying to be a reasonable person and being the bigger person is fine, but you know, if you're constantly if people are constantly trying to bring you down, then it's time to say, I've had enough of that, and walk away, you know, with your ethics and your integrity intact, instead of slicing and dicing them up like Mr. Scorpio would want to do here. Instead of slicing and dicing them up and acting and behaving in the manner they're treating you. So walk away. I think that's a lesson you're going to learn. And I see some of that here in the cards as you grapple with, you know, that energy of the Five of Pentacles there. Some of that other energy here as you're making decisions, the Two of Cups, where even your ancestors are saying, don't put the time in on the unhealthy relationships. Don't even give them the time of day, you know. And I think through this year, you're going to process and learn that more. So, and there will be good stuff. There will absolutely be good stuff. Number one, look at that Four of Wands there. Can't ask for better than that. And also, was that the door? He perked up and he looked at the door.
It sounded to me like it was coming from you, like you knocked something.
I didn't think I did. Maybe it was his tail. And of course, the Lovers. I think there's some up and down here, and it's interesting. A lot of it seems to be in your social sector to me. So looks like that's going to be a primary focus. So good luck with that. Happy birthday!
Happy birthday.
Enjoy your day. Party hardy. Have some great cake. Have some great cake and ice cream. Sunny says happy birthday.
Sunny kisses.
In his own way. All right. On with the readings. So that means I can put the list back out there again. We're past Kara, though, and we're on Viddy. Hi, Viddy. Did you leave a question? I don't know.
If you did, you may have to give it to us again, because I'm not seeing it here.
Okay.
So we'll give you a moment.
I'm going to update the list.
There it is. Thank you, Viddy.
Thanks, Viddy.
How can I grow career-wise pursuing fashion design? Yes. And recently, I've discontinued job and confused on how to proceed. Okay.
The Aries Diva.
Who could that be?
Hey, Aries Diva. I'll get you on the list.
Okay, how can I grow the career-wise?
And if I happen to miss anybody on the list, do let me know.
I'll try to keep abreast of it. I know who you are.
It's close enough for us to figure it out. Oh, I guess this isn't a time to say that. I was going to make an announcement at the beginning, but we've been having weird issues on YouTube lately. I don't know if it's bots, what's going on, but literally within the last month and a half, we have lost 12 or 13 followers. And people are coming and going, and the numbers are fluctuating. Like we have 2 more one day, and then it's down 3 the next day, and it's been really crazy. So if by chance any of you are following and unfollowing us, please don't do that. Please try to stick with us. We're trying to build our audience. Also, if you know anybody else who would be interested in following us, subscribing to the channel, do let them know. We're really trying to build up. It's been years. We've been trying to hit that 1,000 mark. We just can't yet, but it's disheartening to see 12 followers just wipe out like that.
All right, so this is Viddy's reading.
All right.
How can they grow career-wise pursuing fashion designs? And they mentioned that they've recently discontinued job and confused in how to proceed. So here's our cards.
Okay.
The first card is the reversed Seven of Swords. And then the upright Queen of Swords. And then the reversed High Priestess.
Ooh.
So it's kind of interesting because in a way that seven sort of opposes the queen on the other side. Or the High Priestess on the other side, I'm sorry. I like the Queen of Swords in the middle because I think that what this is saying is that you will have to be decisive in certain ways. You will have to make certain decisions. It may be that there's an idea that you're feeling or that comes to you that somehow something needs to change, something needs to be revealed, or that somehow, there's something that hides you from understanding what you need to be more advantageous career-wise. You may be grappling with the idea that it's something between your aesthetic of, more spiritual or more in your head, and then the aesthetic of having to work for a living or having to be able to finance, these studies.
I'm having, what is the first card again?
It's the Seven of Swords reversed.
That's what I thought. Okay. Seven of Swords reversed. I knew it was there somewhere. I wasn't sure. What's the last card then?
High Priestess reversed.
Oh, that's right. Okay, and then the Queen in the middle. Well, I gotta say, Viddy, you gotta now is the time to really try to clarify this issue. I mean, I think with the Queen of Swords here, it's time to really give some serious thought to direction and what you need to do moving forward. The Seven of Swords could, and it's reversed, indicates to me it might be saying you need to be unafraid to speak your truth, and by that I mean to display your truth. In other words, be authentic with your approach to your fashion design. Don't be afraid to show your talent and your direction, your style, the style of things that you choose to design. Then with the
High Priestess.
Pardon me?
High Priestess.
With the High Priestess reversed, it may be saying here that you've been grappling with this a little bit, and maybe there's just a lack of you being in touch with what your gut is trying to tell you is right. Maybe you're fearing revealing your true potential here. And I think that you need to go within more and to calm down and to think logically about how to approach things moving forward. And as far as you leaving your present job, I think you said you left your present job, right? You've discontinued the job, and so you don't know how to proceed. Well, I think, again, you have to do what really calls to you. I think that's that Seven of Swords reversed here. This is no time for you to, go after things that aren't valuable to you. The Seven of Swords is kind of like a thief. And he's not here just picking any old thing off the ground. He's going for things that matter. And so when it's reversed, too, it's saying, really, you need to think about that. What matters to you here?
Right. This display of cards on the outer ends may indicate that you do have some mixed feelings about, either discontinue the job or how you can fix forward. And I think Banshee's right. I think some of this is about finding a way to really speak your truth or display things that are more emblematic of what you're trying to do.
So give
It
it some
sounds weird,
careful
but-
thought. And, I have them. Give it some careful thought and try to reconnect with your spirit on this. And, allow your creative muse license to come forward. Well, the first card I drew was Workplace. The Fox.
Oh, the fox, yeah.
What's this? Oh, go ahead.
Thank you.
What's this card?
It's the tree.
No, it's not. See, that's why I didn't give you this deck. It's number 20. It's the
pretty.
garden.
It's pretty.
Well, that's why I decided to keep this deck, but I
The
love
fox
this deck.
isn't in the hen house. It's in the garden.
This deck is called the Urban Plant Lenormand.
Violet's not here today, Lena. Sorry.
Yeah. So Violet's not here, Lena. We'll be just taking people as they go. And I'll put you on the list. I see also
Lilith.
has arrived before Lena, right?
Mm-hmm. And it looks like we've stabilized with the frame issue, so good. Our connection is better. Yeah, she's attending to storm activity, tornado activity around her home, so she needed the time off. So we're all trying to send her good thoughts on that. So far, so good. So hello, Lena.
Okay, we got you. Let's see. Command V. Let me get the list out.
We're not going to be super efficient at taking people's questions down necessarily, so we may have to rely upon you being here to restate your question.
As best you can. I mean, we'll scroll down the list and try to find them, or whatever, but it's going to be a little bit harder on our end.
We'll try.
All right, so I have to say here, this is a real interesting combination here, Viddy. The garden and the fox. You're going to have to network now. You're going to have to get out there and try to seek, for new employment, or if you really want to get your own business started, it's time to network and try to get set wheels in motion. The garden is about interacting socially, but it's got the fox, which is about the workplace and employment. So this is about, networking in your field or networking in areas where you want to find a job. And also that means filling out applications and getting yourself out there.
So I now realize that, yes, I agree with Banshee totally on these, and so that tells me that the reversed high priestess is probably saying that there's a mundane solution more than a spiritual or abstract solution, and that, part of being in the world, the opposite of the high priestess, in a sense, not being within themselves, is expressed through the idea of the fox in the garden. So good luck, Viddy.
That's what we have for you.
Really
I hope
wishing
that
it
helped
for
a
you.
bit.
We'll see you again.
All right. All right, Siama's up.
All right, Siama.
Hi, Siama.
I hope you liked it. General reading for Siama. Thank you.
Okay.
Thanks, Siama. You're welcome, Viddy.
Okay.
Thanks
So
for
it's
the
about
question,
your driving test. Okay, Lena, we'll check on that when we get there. I think I can remember that one.
Lena. Some of these are staying. I got Siamas from above too, so I think as things are, there was a lot of, dialogue, mostly by Kara, that sort of crowds off the earliest dialogue, but I think we caught up with that, so we're good. We're good. Happy birthday, Kara.
He's picking on you because Violet's not here to pick on, I guess.
Not. You're welcome, Lena. No, I totally can appreciate the job that Violet does for us. So, yes.
All right, general reading for
See?
Siama.
Thank you.
We have neighbors outdoors as the weather gets nicer.
That's probably the noise you heard earlier.
Oh, yeah. As the weather's getting nicer, it's going to get a little louder around here. All right. Ah, it's the Empress, upright, Time to hop into action. Use your natural creativity to bring forth prosperity and success in your life. And the Hermit is upright. Wow. I mixed these up really good in the beginning. And the Hermit is the Firefly. Take time for contemplation, to retreat and go within. Be a beacon for others on the path to spiritual enlightenment. And then Strength is reversed. True strength is displayed through kindness, forgiveness, and compassion. You have tremendous personal power and courage, but it is reversed. And it's not bad either way. It's just a matter of how it falls with other cards. Go on. And they're all major arcana.
So in Lenormand, we got the ship and the house.
Oh.
I think I can put those down here. Like that. Alrighty.
I'm not sure how that applies to what I wanted to say. But I want to say what I'm going to say with the Empress and the Hermit here is I feel here that right now this is a time to creatively pursue. Give me the Hermit card a minute. There was something on that card I want to see. You know, this is about contemplation and retreat and going within and being a beacon for others. This is a time for you, I feel, to get creative about your approach to your spiritual life, about, you know, also maybe going within in order to rekindle some sparks of creativity, some creative juices, so that you can find better ways to approach and go after your goals. I feel here with Strength reversed, there is a call now to be more aggressive in pursuit of what you desire in your life. But that shouldn't be done without some serious, maybe taking some steps back, going within and rekindling, trying to tap into some creative energy there to generate new ideas for how to get to where you want to be.
Hi, Dr. Victor. It is nice to reconnect with you. All right. So, Siama, the thing I would say is that I think that these cards, the Empress and the Hermit, suggest a strong quality for you to want to take care of yourself and to feel confident in yourself. And I'm just wondering a little bit, is like everything mostly works out according to plan, but when I look at the Strength reverse card, I wonder if maybe somehow you do deal a little bit with maybe minor anger issues, like maybe sometimes you sort of feel like, you just want to hit something or somebody because they're not listening to you. But I don't think that's a big part of it. But I am wondering if maybe, thank you, Sonny, if that's a part of, why we got those ideas there that, Spirit or as a general reading says that, sometimes you just have to understand what is within your capabilities and what is not, and that sometimes forcing something to be on strength of will may have unexpected consequences. Alrighty.
Oh, sunny, sunny, sunny.
Sunny, sunny. So then we look at the Lenormand, and we have the ship and the house.
Yes, we do. What do you make of that?
Well, the house is influencing the ship, and so I think what it's saying is that I'm not sure, because it's more natural to kind of flip it the other way.
I think what it's saying, you're right, in a sense, but it might... I just had to do it. I'm sorry. Stay where you are right now. Be in your, this is like, I feel like the house is tied into that Hermit card. Looking for your quiet space right now, your comfort zone, whether it's at your home or you have to retreat somewhere else in nature to, discover it. Wherever it feels like home and safe and secure for you, to go within so that you can help determine what your next moves are going to be. That's how I would do that one. Does that make sense to you, Mr. O?
Yes, I like that. That helps. And thank you for your question, Dr. Victor. We will get to it when we do.
All right. So we are on... It's Christabel. Hi, Christabel. Don't mind me. Sonny needs it bad, and I'm sorry, Mr. O, if it is causing hairapalooza.
Yeah, you're welcome.
But better
Sammy.
off of him than not, because he will get those hairballs. This is shedding time because it's over 80 degrees here, and
That's
we're not
probably what
turning
it
on
is,
the air
yeah.
conditioning just yet. All right, before I move on, let me get the list updated.
And Christabel wants a general reading, so
Okay.
thank you.
I'll get
And
my
let's see,
deck.
what shall I use for that? I shall use,
Oh, it's your deck, isn't it?
yes, because
that's
you
right.
used yours. Oh,
We
okay.
might even get up to the mid 80s today. If not today, it's tomorrow. Angels, crazy. It's
Gonna-
way too hot.
Gonna use the
And
Mermaid's
too
Tarot.
early, and I know it's going to go down by next week, so we aren't going to change our temps yet. Or our air conditioning yet, I should say. Get this one out for next time. Alright. Sonny, you need a lot more brushing than this. I got Shadow this morning, and oh my gosh, she had lots of fur. I can't believe she sat still for me to do it, though. Success.
It's not a wonderful contemplation. You know, Michigan, especially around Detroit area, always seems to have really hot and humid. I think the humidity compounds the heat. It may not be those truly, way up there zones, but it's a heat index thing with that humidity.
Well-
We're surrounded by so much water here.
It's true. That is true.
I know. I always like fall better. I do.
Spring and fall, but the springs are changing now. We have spring temperatures in February. May starts to get into the heat of summer too fast. It never used to be like this at the start of May or at the end of April. It's crazy.
All right, Christabel.
Off the compute. Thank you.
Card 1, Christabel, is the reverse Knight of Wands. Card 2 is the upright Three of Swords.
Oh man, Christabel.
And then finally, it's the reversed Two of Pentacles. So this is a general reading. You may be moving towards... Oh, let's see what you got here. So the Anchor and the Gentleman.
You know what? I think you have to reverse those. I pulled the gentleman first.
Oh, I see. Okay.
Sorry, I did.
Okay. So I almost wonder if there's a relationship situation going on that maybe has a sense of tenuousness, Christabel. So I don't, know all those details, but it sort of has a feeling like maybe there is something that is going to induce heartbreak. It may be a separation. It seems to be maybe connected to somebody who maybe you felt betrayed you, or maybe you felt they welched in some way, and some of the stakes possibly were higher than is normal. The sense of the Two of Coins reverse sort of indicates a sense of things really being thrown off kilter by this. Maybe there were financial entanglements or things that had that potential too. So I'm thinking this is something you may be moving towards as a general reading.
Well, it is interesting. I'm not going to get specific. Because to me, it doesn't necessarily have to be a romantic relationship. But,
True.
The Three of Swords definitely lends itself to that kind of sorrow. But we experience all kinds of losses in life, whether it's a job, whether it's and they hurt. And they can hurt. And so whatever it is, something hurtful, some separation or some loss that was hurtful has occurred, will occur, I should say, because this is a general reading. What's that card?
The Two of Pentacles reversed.
It's the Two of Pentacles reversed. So that, to me, I had that in my mind because I was thinking it's going to rock your world a little bit. You're going to find it unsettling things. Like now, some things are in a bit of chaos. What do I do next? What do I focus on next? Oh, everything just seems to be out of control right now. So try to get, like I said, it's okay to grieve. I always tell people with the Three of Swords, You have to go through the grief cycle. You can't shortchange it because it could also create some of these unsettled problems. So give yourself time to grieve, but also don't let it overwhelm you to the point where, you're unable to function, and stay in the swing of things. Don't let it take you off your game completely. And what is that card again?
This one?
Yeah. That
Knight
one.
of Wands, reverse.
The Knight of Wands reverse. So to me, again, that's why I'm thinking it could be about a goal, a project. It could be about a person, because we see a person here in the Lenormand, which I'll get to in a minute. And I think it's just something that you will be disappointed about. There's either delays or setbacks that may appear on the surface to be insurmountable to you. But if you don't let it throw off your game too much, you should be able to get beyond this. Now, look at that Lenormand. We have the Anchor and the Man, which to me could indicate that if it is involving another person or persons, these people are really anchored in, where they're at. So in other words, you're not going to change things if this has to do with, a loss in a relationship or a friendship or somebody's opinion about you on a job, etc. I think they're set where they're at. It's like, the anchor keeps people in place. They're stubborn. They're not going to budge on their opinion. If it's about a situation, I think it's saying that too, that this situation is kind of going to be what it is. It is what it is. So now you have to determine what you're going to do about it.
Yes, Flower Beauty. Questions are still open. I don't believe we've reached our quotient yet, so go ahead.
Not quite yet, no.
I like what you're saying there for Christabel, especially when I look at the cards again in review. I wonder if this is not so much maybe about an actual relationship, but maybe about a relationship with your workplace,
Exactly.
either with the company or the situation, or with somebody there where something changes and it is sort of painful. But I think I like what you said about the Anchor and the Gentleman, because I wonder if that maybe makes me feel like this is about something that's not an intrapersonal relationship, not necessarily a romantic relationship, about a real nuts and bolts kind of situation between you and somebody who's not likely to change their mind. I guess I kind of see that.
Yeah, I mean, if it's a situation, they involve people, other people. A lot of times it could be somebody who is, impacting on the situation, for better or worse. And I get the feeling. The only other thing I can think of here, Christabel, is it's possible here that this is actually somebody who could help stabilize things, who could help
that's
you.
Interesting.
And so I'm not going to rule out that possibility either. If there's somebody you can look to toward advice or a shoulder, to lean on, there could be a stabilizing influence here.
Christabel, we're just finishing your reading now, so you might have to rewind a little bit to get some of that. And no, V, we're not quite up to you yet. I know she retracted that. We still got a few to go before you.
Oh, yeah. Hey, I can't put the list out constantly, but I'll be putting the list out in between every reading. So pay attention. It'll be there. All right.
Alrighty. So that's what it looks like.
It looks like what we have for you. Yes, check out the reading, Christabel. It wasn't exactly the most positive reading, so I'm not sure what you're going through. It either resonates or maybe it's to happen. It hasn't happened yet. I mean, because it was a general reading.
Good
All
luck
right.
with that.
So we're on Preeti. The list is out there. You can all see where you're at. Hi, Preeti.
Hi, Preeti. General reading for Preeti. All right. Thank you.
All right.
And if anybody's interested, I also have the Earth and Bone Oracle set. I'm going to pop it in the camera. It's a very kind of nice, but it has a little bit of darkness about it. But really, the messages are really very good. It just sort of has dark imagery, I think, more than anything. So I'll be happy to pull an Oracle card for someone if they'd rather have that than tarot. Just let me know. Hello, Sunny. Look at you.
see? And what was the question again?
It's a general reading.
Oh, yeah. Well, we have the Six of Pentacles upright. Ooh. We have the Four of Pentacles upright. How interesting. Wow, they're all upright, but this one, oh man, I don't know why this card is coming up so much lately.
Oh, yeah. Five of Swords.
Ah.
Okay, and I'll throw the Lenormand out there.
All right.
Um,
It's a woman, isn't it? What number?
13?
Oh, 13. It's the child.
Yes.
Yes.
And the heart.
Ah, it's got wings.
And it's not even a Red Bull. Tut tut.
Well, well, well. I hate that Five of Swords. You know, I'm wondering here too, if this isn't just a bit of a deep reading here for you, Preeti. You know, sometimes we have to determine what is of value in our lives. You know, what are we doing the things that really serve our higher good? Do we surround ourselves with things that we can appreciate and that have value and meaning to us, you know? That's that Four of Pentacles. I went to that right away because I think it really does it does seem to inform the Six of Pentacles that's next to it. And I think with the Six of Pentacles here, which is a card of give and take, ebb and flow, we have to realize when it's time to let some things go, whether it's goals, projects, relationships that don't serve us, jobs that don't serve us right, or the things we surround ourselves that no longer hold the same meaning for us. We have to know when to let them go and perhaps, you know, give to somebody else who may need it. For example, maybe you feel comfortable. I'm just going to throw a real wild example out there. Maybe somebody feels really comfortable in a job that they've had for years, you know, but it's kind of like they could do something better. And there may be people that are working under them would just love to get their job if they had the chance. So, you know, in some level, to elevate yourself and move to something greater and more valuable to you, you could be giving somebody an opportunity they richly need. So I'm just giving you an example of how this whole idea of give and take can work in many forms. And I feel here when I see the Five of Swords that you're in a little bit of conflict, internal conflict about this. You really aren't sure what you should let go of and what should you keep.
Yeah, I see this really having an idea there. The idea that maybe you, on your inner side, maybe you tend to beat yourself up a little bit, but then maybe you reverse that and overcompensate the other way. That there are things that you know you want to hew to, and then sometimes you sort of feel like no, you need to cast them out. So there's a bit of a vacillating feeling going on. It may mostly be in your heart, which I think is why we got the heart there too. And I think this is saying really your only way forward is to really take it slower and try to analyze it each time you feel like it's sort of like that thing about feng shui, you know, or something like that. You hold it and you decide, is it giving you pleasure or not? You may have to find some way to approach some of this in your life.
So let your heart and let your passion guide you. And you don't have to like rush out and like suddenly, you know, give things away or, you know, give everything away and start fresh or let go of people right away. Give it some thought. Take this one step at a time. Take it one little thing at a time. And when you free up space in your life, you know, for other experiences or other things of value that you want in your life, you'd be surprised how opportunities for that growth comes to you. So, you know, that's the child, that's the heart. I wish you luck. It was an interesting reading, Preeti. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you did.
And thank you, Flower Beauty, for doing that. Yes, Violet's not here, so we're just, kind of working at it, and we just remind everybody to be a little patient with us. But it's mostly working out pretty good.
And we are
She's
on.
attending to the tornado threats in her own area, so
Thankfully,
she's off to deal with that.
they didn't have any up to
Yes.
now. So, and I think they're out of the woods as
welcome.
far as severe weather goes for today. But like they've had days of this, and they're going to have more of this going into late next week. So they get a couple days reprieve.
All right, so Libra is up next.
Okay. Hi, Libra. Did Libra leave a question by
I
chance?
don't remember.
I'm going to see if I can find it.
Oh yeah, what's coming towards me?
Got
I
it.
got it. Okay,
All
Libra.
right. We got it.
So that can be our.
Well,
our
Christabel, I see that about your parents' health. I hope that there is no loss there, but I think with the Three of Swords, the grief could just be about what they are going through right now, and so good luck with that. I appreciate the fact that you're concerned about your parents and you're doing probably what you can for them. We all should take care of our elders. We both had situations similar.
Yeah, now we're the elders.
Yes, indeed. So is it your deck? Yes.
Yes.
Okay.
And we were doing Libra's question, what's coming towards me?
Yep. So you can do it my way if you want.
Uh-huh. Yes, I'd like to do that.
You're very welcome, Christabel.
You're welcome.
And I wish you luck.
Yes. Our frame problem has really dropped, so we seem to be doing a lot better in that regard.
Well, that's good.
All right, so what's coming towards me? Card 1. Well, it's the Devil upright. What's coming towards you is maybe a sense of feeling like you're a little bit obsessed with certain things, or maybe you feel like you have limitations on you that maybe restrict some of your movement or some of your ability to decide. It may feel that you might feel like you're more dependent on somebody else to lead or guide you, a sense of codependency. Or you may feel that somehow you're just not achieving what you could in certain respects.
Yeah, it's an interesting card to start with. So I think Libra, it's basically saying that sometimes we're at the mercy of externals, and sometimes we're at the mercy of our own. We're prisoners of our own design, as the song says. And I think here that is the case. With the Devil, there's always choices to be made, but if you choose to obsess over something, or if you choose to be held back, that is your choice. And you have the choice to break free anytime you choose. But apparently right now it looks as though it's coming towards you as a period where you may be allowing yourself to feel oppressed or held back by something that maybe you could make a different choice and change it around.
Nice.
So go ahead.
Why is this important?
Sorry.
Because you can do it.
Because you can do it.
You have the
You
Chariot.
can break free.
You have the Chariot, and it says, and really it's kind of its own version of the devil, a person standing over two other beings, and it's saying you have the ability to pull this together, to master this. If it's about really finding gumption to do something, you should find it.
So why is this important? Because you need to be motivated and driven to change this. Okay. And you need to dig deep, and change this situation that may be coming towards you, because you do have the power to do so. So rein it in, and focus on what's really important, and don't allow things to suppress you. Don't allow yourself to suppress you. Where is things headed?
And it's the wheel reversed, and this is saying that, there could be some pratfalls, there could be some unexpected things. It may be that you'll have to work through a certain amount of bad luck to get the wheel righted again, depending on where things started to go awry.
Well, so where things are headed is, I feel here that it's possible it may take you some time to realize that you can control the situation. And so it may lead to a negative turn of luck for you, where things are headed. If you're allowing yourself, if you are holding yourself back, if you're allowing something in your life to control you instead of you controlling it, it could lead to a negative turn of events here. And it's interesting because of these Lenormand cards in a way. What card is this, Mr. O?
The lilies.
No.
The stars?
Yes. Well, that's why I told you this deck would be confusing. It's okay. I know it by the numbers. The stars.
And I don't.
And
Da bear.
the bear. And it's exactly what I said. You have the power to achieve your destiny, to rise above whatever this is that's blocking you. You just have to want to do it. You just have to want to do it.
Another thing I thought about with the chariot is like it's another wheel, like the Wheel of Fortune, only it's two, and they're sort of pulling together like a team. So I think that's just a good sign of saying, that it's important that you realize your own potential to pull things together. And it sort of is echoed once again with the bear and the stars.
So I think this may turn out all right, but a lot depends on you and your attitude, Libra. And I do want to point out again that this is like the second reading we've had today that has had all major arcana cards. So
yeah, that's
important
true.
read. Good luck with that.
All right.
And why am I looking for a printed list? Because I don't have one. All right, Jackie is up. I can tell you that as I get
Will I
the
move
new
home in the
list
next
out.
12 months? Thank you, Jackie.
All right, let me pop it out there. There it is. Okay, so you're my deck. And what is it again about?
Will I move home in the next 12 months?
Oh, I move home in the next 12 months. I don't know if I want to do a yes, no, but maybe.
Well, we could do that if it's too ambiguous.
Okay.
Maybe, right?
Okay, yeah. I am going to use the Owly deck. All right.
Do you hear them?
Yeah, they're partying today. It's okay.
Because he hears them, I think.
All right. So one thing about condo living.
It's not perfect.
All right. Well, how interesting. For this next reading, we have the Devil reversed. Starting off. Ooh. We have the Six of Wands, Jackie, upright. And we have Judgment upright. Nice cards. Nice cards all the way around. What do you got for the Lenormand? The Broom. Time to clean house. Get it ready to sell. Oh, the Man. Well, maybe that takes a different spin on things, but let's take a look here. I think it's highly possible you could move this year. I think the Devil is saying, so long, if you can release yourself, and that's what it looks like here. Once you release yourself from whatever burdens seem to be blocking progress right now, are there things you still need to purge or get rid of in your life to make the move easier? Is there more financial conditions not quite ideal, and you need to shore that up a little bit? Is the house or your place of residence, if you're renting, I guess, it's not a big, huge deal for moving, but you still have to do some things to prepare yourself for that move. I'll stop there. I'll take it a card at a time.
Well, I'm wondering if some of this could be about, handling dependencies, like maybe if there are situations where certain people are overly relying on you, or you felt you yourself were overly relying on something, then this could solve that. This idea of the move is about related to the idea of maybe freeing yourself of obligations or situations, and
That's
so it
true,
looks
too.
favorable.
And with that Six of Wands here, that indicates a victory. That
Yeah.
indicates success. And success may come, it seems to me you have, if you, maybe there's others involved in some way. I mean, if you have a supportive team helping you, for example, if you're making a major move or you're unsure about where, like you have the appropriate real estate agents or brokers or moving specialists helping you out. Having a support team could be critical for this, or even if it's for financial backing or support, getting the loans or the financing you need to pull this off. But it looks positive, like all of that could be available to you.
Is that from the Six of Wands?
Yes.
Yeah, I feel that too. I feel like maybe there just shows that there is a bit of interest that maybe, extends to you from either an area you hadn't considered, or something is just sort of the good karma, the good juju kind of thing.
So Judgment, yes. And you know what I thought when I first saw that card? I said, well, you are feeling compelled or called to make this transformation right now, to move. It's definitely something that's really been calling to you for some time. And I feel here that Judgment is saying to you, it's time to answer that call. It's time to work in earnest on that call and set things in motion to make it happen.
I like Judgment in this sense too, because I feel this says really you found an answer. The answer is the move, and or maybe what has to happen to go about it. But I think that's what this really says, and I think it's also about looking at Judgment as sort of the reverse of the Devil reverse too, in a way too, that sort of finding that this is moving towards an even more ultimate freedom in a way.
And okay, looking at the Man and the Broom and the Whip, well, it clearly could indicate that somebody could possibly help you out if there's any kind of repairs that need to be done, anything that you need to take care of. This could very well also be some broker or something that's going to help you sweep the obstacles out of your way in order to, more aggressively move forward.
So it may happen in less than 12 months.
It could. I won't rule that out. But it's on you. A bit of this is going to be on you.
11.
I guess answer the call of Judgment.
All right.
Good luck with that, Jackie.
Good luck, Jackie.
All right, Priyanka is up.
Priyanka?
Yep. According to my list.
You're welcome. Excuse me.
And you are welcome, Jackie.
It doesn't look like we had a question from Priyanka.
Oh.
I'm going to scan again, or else...
Priyanka, are you here?
What?
I'm just asking if they're here.
Yes. Priyanka, did you have a question for us today?
We'll give you just another minute. I'm going down the list too, just to be sure. Well, last call for Priyanka. And if there's no answer, we'll move on to Angel Rivera. I know sometimes there's a delay, that's why I give a few moments. Nothing yet, Mr. O?
No, I don't see it.
All right. All right, Angel Rivera is up.
What do you want to ask the nice people?
Are you already doing your oracle card?
No, I'm
here?
not.
Oh,
I'm waiting.
okay. Just an
Well,
oracle, see what Spirit has. Go ahead and use yours.
all right, so I will do that then. I will, thank you, Angel. I will use the Earth and Bone by Syrian Shadow. I like this a lot. There's a new edition that the coloring is a little lighter, so it's not quite so dark, because sometimes it just shows up a little dark on the cameras. But
Yep.
let's give it a try and see what we got here for you, Angel.
You know, I'm beginning to think now, Angel Rivera, that oracle deck I saw in Blue Sky was a Dark Mirror. I may have that one. And if I do, I think I'm going to turf it over to Mr. O. I think I'm going to let him have it. It's not that I don't like it, but I think it would suit his work if I have it.
Okay, well, I don't know how you feel about this, but it says Apprentice, number 4, higher education, knowledge, beliefs, wisdom. Tell me something I don't know.
Oh, that's funny.
Uh-huh. So here's what it says, Apprentice. This card is not about the kind of learning you gain from reading a book. It's about listening to and learning from your higher self. It's about learning to place your trust in a higher power. This is what you are learning, dear one. All will be yours, and your heart's desires are manifesting through beginning to understand how the universe works. Dream your biggest dream and hold it in your heart. You must remain clear on that vision. It lights you beyond measure. You can achieve it. You are deserving. A plan will help you focus. Do not detour. Spirits are guiding you to light. You have come so far, and they are so proud. If you feel lost, pursue your bliss. Follow what you enjoy. It is that simple. Do not focus on monetary value or gain. Do not focus on desired outcome or success. Simply do it because you love to do it. Try making a list of what you love to do. If you don't know what you love to do, try everything.
Try everything.
The vibration of learning allows us to appreciate what
funny.
is. Low vibrational beings experience agitation through learning because their belief system and consciousness aren't aligned with universal truths. High vibrational beings know it is a waste of energy trying to teach people who have not ascended about the universal truths. The information you are learning and knowledge you are gaining is for your benefit and for those who are on a higher plane of consciousness. Affirmation.
Jeez.
They're as long as some of yours.
I know.
I embrace the highest version of myself. I am attracting more abundance that I deserve. I am aware that everything is aligned with divine timing. And don't you know it, the idea behind being open to learning from everything means that therefore you are opening yourself up to your ability to synchronize or resonate to anything as a possible lesson for you or a possible spiritual insight for you.
But I forgot what I was going to say because I got lost in some of the other interpretation. But something stood out to me, and it had to do with, not learning from the book, but from your higher wisdom. And I feel here, too, that there may be a call for that, and in a sense, we are all apprentices there, we are all apprentices there, and constantly learning more and more about ourselves, through our life experiences and through other things, how we go through different cycles in life, how we handle different situations, the different things that out of the blue are thrown at us. We can learn a lot by just tapping our inner wisdom on these things. And what's really interesting here is the Lenormand I pulled. the Key, and the Bear. So the Bear is back again and saying the key here is self-empowerment. The key here is, when you tap into your inner wisdom, and when you constantly realize that no matter what level you obtain, you're always going to be learning more. You're always going to be growing more. You're always going to be experiencing more. That will lead you to self-empowerment.
I really like that. I mean, I can't comment more on the Lenormand. I sort of think that's sufficient enough. But I thank you for this opportunity, because in a way it was like what Banshee said. There's something that's universal here with these cards that maybe apply to all of us in a way. So, nice.
It is a nice Lenormand. Some of the imagery on there can confuse people who aren't familiar with it, because they throw a lot of, like, for example, tree things in cards that are about something else. And so a plant that looks like lilies in a card about something else. And so it can be a little bit confusing, but it's a beautiful deck. I like that.
Well, thank you, Angel. I hope you enjoyed that.
All right. And I like your dark deck. Who got you that one?
You did. And the funny thing is that I use it on Goth Tarot, but Goth Tarot really is about, finding your light.
Uh-huh.
Is how I look at it.
All right. So, yes, we
You're
are on
welcome.
you, V.
Hey, V.
You are up. So I update my list. If Sunny will let me.
Okay, so what's your question, though? And I appreciate the update. That's interesting.
Oh, yeah, and didn't you say, wasn't the last reading about that a little bit, that he...
What does he want?
Yeah, what does he want? We kind of covered that a little bit in the reading we did, but let's take a look at that. Let's see if we can get anything else. I do remember you talking about him coming back and trying to get a hold of you, but that you have been not answering or not returning the calls.
Yeah, that's what she's saying in this last one, too.
Got my Nordic Tarot here. I just want to make sure I have all the cards.
Well, personally, I would rather you didn't go through like the seesaw or yo-yo with him or anyone. I would rather that not happen to any of our friends here.
Yeah.
The idea of people who don't have enough conviction to decide for themselves, and so they're just going to mess up other people's lives, back and forth with relationships. But let's take a shot at that and see if we can figure out, what does your Leo, the ex-Leo...
What does he want?
What do they really want?
I kind of think that last reading we did for you, V, had some interesting information there. I want to see if we get similar this time, or if things have shifted. So we have Temperance reversed. We have the Six of Cups reversed. We have the Four of Swords upright. I have an interesting feeling about that Four of Swords, Mr. O. So we'll talk about that. Do you want me to go, or...
Do you want these?
Oh, I could go. But yeah, I want those. The heart.
The Key.
Okay.
You can go. I'll hold myself in reserve.
Well, there's some interesting stuff going on here, V. I feel here that he feels, okay, what does he want? He maybe wants things to be restored to the way they were. In other words, when he's around, he's around. When he's not, and that's just life. I almost feel here he's not happy with this imbalance now that you are blocking or not responding to his calls. I don't know why, but when I saw that Temperance card, that's the first thing I thought of. And when I look at the, it's the Six of Cups reversed. I don't know. Something's haunting him from his past. And maybe this is the recent past, in that maybe he's calling you now because he realizes, that he might have blew it here. And that's what I think came out in the last reading, is he can't have things the way he had them. He may have taken a bridge too far here for you to be not responding to him, so he's feeling what you're doing. But I mean, is this healthy, And the Four of Swords up right here to me seems to indicate that he's feeling like he's feeling the lack of activity here. The lack of activity and the inability to move forward, with you now. And looking at the Key in the Heart, all I can say is that I can't say he doesn't have feelings for you. I can't say that, and I won't. But, the way he's been treating you is like you may not be the only one he has feelings for. I think we've explored that possibility before, and maybe that's part of the problem here, but he does feel something for this relationship, enough where he's obviously still trying to get a hold of you and see, and be a part of your life. But I almost feel like, it's kind of on his terms.
I go straight to the Lenormand, the Key in the Heart, and I think that means he believes he really cares for you. That's his key, or that he wants to restore that to you. But I don't know if that's really the truth that he should understand. Because I look at Temperance and reverse, and I think he's just kind of messed up in a way. He's imbalanced, and I don't think he has enough of a strong emotional side to really understand himself, really, and that maybe there's
that too.
An immaturity there, that he wants to have everyone like him a little bit or at differing levels. So I think he ran into that brick wall with you. The Four of Swords is about maybe a retreat in a sense, and while it does bother him, I think eventually he would probably back off. But I think that's what really is going on here, is he's decided he has to somehow regain relations with you. That's really what it's about. And I don't know that I can advise you to do that. I sort of feel he's imbalanced.
We're not here to do that. We're here to read the cards. So I would just say it's on you. But I feel as though you should probably try to find that other reading. It was Thursday's show, probably, I think.
Yeah.
I think it was. And I thought there was some real interesting information in there that might fall right along with this one in a way. So, good luck with that.
Yeah, good luck. Sunny.
Hey. Don't, Sunny, I have to do this. The Aries Diva is up.
All right. What's the main reason why I keep getting turned down by places I'm trying to get a job at?
Right.
All right, that's a good question.
It could be a V, or it's just, he wants to have all this different freedom, with relationships. He wants to be uncommittal and do things on his terms. And,
good luck.
It may not be so much to disrespect you. It may be to feed ego. Right? So, which is disrespectful. All right, let's see what's going on with the Aries Diva. And it's your deck, Mr. O.
Getting turned down for jobs. What's up with that? Mm-hmm. All right.
What's going on? Well, let's take a look at what your cards say.
When I was your age, it seemed like that was a never-ending story, to be totally honest. The economy was particularly worse at that time when I was around 1920.
Silly boy. No, you cannot grab my hand when I'm shuffling.
But I always think that it's more of an employer's market anyway. Just seems to be.
Sunny, silly boy. He's getting in a playful mode.
All right.
All right.
Cards. So, Justice is reversed. That almost speaks for itself. And the Four of Pentacles is reversed. And then the Seven of Pentacles is upright.
All right, I'm going to have to hear some of that again. I'm sorry, the first card.
Justice reversed, Four of Pentacles reversed, Seven of Pentacles upright.
Interesting. Very. Well, okay, so you're wondering why you're constantly being turned down.
Mm-hmm.
So let me take it from that perspective a little bit with Justice reversed. You know, sometimes people have unfair expectations of their employees. They'll look at you, and if they see, you know, depending on how they view you, you may feel you're dressing appropriately for a job or showing the kind of skill sets and appearance and attitude that they're looking for, but it may not always be the case. It may be that they have some unfair expectations, maybe that, you know, aren't fair for somebody who, for example, might be going for, yeah, I don't know if this is the case with you, but like, for example, for an entry-level job. You know, I feel that sometimes people have just high standards that are hard necessarily to overcome. And then when you have the Four of Pentacles reversed here, I think it's an idea here too where they don't appreciate what you're bringing to the table. You know, so you have to maybe decide, what do they need to hear that I'm not telling them? What is it that they really want from me that I'm not telling them? I'll stop there with those two cards.
I can't disagree with Banshee more. I think there is a sense of unfair expectations. I differ a little bit with the Four of Pentacles because I think sometimes this could be saying too is that they expect people to work for less. They expect people to not worry about how much money they give them. They're like, you're lucky you got this job. So that could be part of that attitude too, is that they don't really understand the need for people to have a fair wage in order to have, you know, a standard of living. So I think that's a possibility here.
So you really have to prove, you know, that you would be an asset and of value to them.
Yeah.
That again, you know, would be that card. And when I look at the
Seven of Pentacles.
The Seven of Pentacles, you know, I think you need to plan and prepare more. I'll just say it, even for these job interviews, you know, plan, prepare, kind of study the place. Maybe, you know, for example, even if it's an Applebee's or a restaurant in a certain area that you are going to, go there a few times. Check out the clientele. Try to understand if, you know, when their busy times, their peak hours are and aren't. Maybe if you go in there and show them you have more information about the place, they might take you more seriously. You know, I think maybe that. Would it be helpful?
Well, I don't think you're doing anything wrong, but I think you're running into this brick wall because I think it is slanted against you and or new younger employees. I can totally agree because we have both been there too when we were around your age. They make it harder for you and you do feel like you have to work harder to prove your worth. So don't, I know this is hard to hear, but don't let it, you know, phase you too much. When our son was born, I spent like literally 4 years putting in applications everywhere. I was an office worker just trying to get better, and it took forever to get somewhere. It took 4 years.
Okay, Aries, I just have to remind you, look at our political situation in this country. And I'm not just talking about the political divide. Look at some of the competence levels of our judges and our Congress people and all of that. Are they really competent for their jobs? So you're speaking about management here, and I can tell you there are many people out there who really don't deserve management positions, but there they are. Okay? So we got to deal with the hands we're dealt with and make changes where we can. But it is, and I will say this too right now, Aries, it's a highly competitive marketplace.
It
You
is.
even have people with far better skill sets going for entry level jobs that shouldn't be. But there's nowhere else for them to go, so some of them are going for entry level jobs. And so you're getting edged out by some of these people too. So there is that aspect. And here, let's look at what this has to say.
So the Lenormand, it's
The book.
the book.
And you had this one before. Don't get fooled.
The garden.
It's the garden. The garden in the book, which is really interesting to me because honestly, now that I think about it, it fits right in with what I was saying with study the place a little bit more. Go in with a little more, how should I say this, insider knowledge or like you care about the place. And maybe that could be the edge you need. Look at the garden and a book. That's saying study the surroundings, study the place, and maybe do a little business there so that have some familiar, not because you can say, well, I spent money here, no, don't do that, but that you become a little bit familiar with the place, whether it's a place you shop, you're trying to get a job at, or a restaurant, whatever the case may be.
So
a bar.
I kind of see why you said that because of those two cards.
I
That's
didn't
perfect for
really
that.
think
You didn't
about
really-
it. No.
Yeah, but they just really show that idea that a lot of this is going to be a little bit of, some homework you have to do on your own to really get acquainted with these kind of places. And it's hard not to want to give up. I can really relate to that, especially because I had a support network of some sort. I was married at least, and you don't even have that other than maybe family, potential family. So you have to just keep hanging on there.
It's funny. You mentioned that about these cards. I focused on the book when I saw the cards, and I'm like, how am I going to read that? I'm not going to tell the Aries to go back to school for entry level jobs. You
Right.
know, I mean, that's crazy. You're finished with school, so it's like you should be able to find something worthwhile. So the thing is that it just popped into my head after what I said there, and thought, yeah, that garden with the book, that makes sense now. So study the environment, learn more about the clientele maybe, and show that you've got some chops there. You're just going to have to do it because you don't know who you're competing against. They may not be all people at the same skill set as you. So you've got to keep that in mind and try to rise above that. For these kind of jobs.
In almost every walk of life in recent years, what I have learned is less is more. Don't oversell certain things when you're trying to talk to somebody about a job. Don't promise them more than is really true, that kind of thing. But sometimes the less you say about certain things, the better, Let them ask the questions and let you, respond to that. Don't offer more than you may have to. Less is more.
We talk about a lot of college graduates who just, they have to settle for jobs that are not in their field. Sometimes the fields get, they're over glutted and there's not enough jobs. And so people have to do what they do. And also they have college debts to pay. So some people may actually, I'll throw this at you too, Aries. Some people may actually have jobs in their field, but they're working extra hours to, get what they want. We have Mr. Maurice here who's had to work extra hours at his own job to pay off some debts. Some people look for another part-time job to do that. So good luck. Keep the search going.
Mostly keep in mind you are young. You have a lot of years to really earn your chops, learn your chops. So don't get too discouraged.
Well,
because
but
you are
everybody
young.
needs a job. So
everybody
I get
needs
it.
a job. I agree.
I get it. All right, so we are on. It was a good question, Aries.
It was.
We're on Lilith.
Hey, Lilith. We got to ya.
I think she may have posted a question. Oh, hi, Lily. We'll get you in. I think we can do that. It's a little late, but we can do it.
General challenges for the week ahead. Yeah, we probably want to maybe make Lily our last one, maybe? What do you think?
Yeah, we probably should at this point. So put up the list is closed stuff.
Alrighty, I'll do that.
I'm going to get this list out, updated. There we go. All right. So what was the reading again?
I just read it.
No.
The greater challenges for the next week.
Ah, okay. And that's my deck. All right. What do we want to do?
Thank you, the Aries. I hope it was insightful. You know, we want to encourage everybody really to do what they can. Time to get a job. You need to have a job. I understand that.
You can put it at the top of the... Oh, there you go. Pin it. Yeah.
Hold on. I will do this.
I know you will.
All right. Got it.
All right. Is that door opening and shutting? Oh my. All right. We have the Ace of Cups reversed. It looks like you are going to be facing a challenging week ahead. And then we have the Ten of Swords, but it's reversed. And we have the Knight of Pentacles reversed.
The bear, the stork. Well, that almost belies that in a way, doesn't it?
Not necessarily.
Okay.
It may be a result of that.
Oh, I see. Okay, well, I'll let you start.
Well,
Ace of Cups reversed.
okay. I just got to take a deep breath a minute.
Sure.
Okay, Lilith. Okay. So, the Ace of Water, the Ace of Cups, indicates to me that there may be something that's emotionally disappointing. The challenge you face in this week ahead is not to let your emotions overwhelm you or get the best of you in, a situation where you may be recovering from some kind of setback. I don't know. This could be a betrayal of some sort. This could be a setback that's actually involving other people who have betrayed your trust, your confidence in some way, or have done you wrong in some way. Could it be work-related or financially related? Why, yes, it could, because of that Knight of Pentacles reversed here. Now, this can, again, take on many forms. For example, you have a repair done, you paid a lot of money for it, and, it wasn't done right. For example, okay? Very disappointing situation in that case. Your job could cut back on something, or maybe you don't get the raise or hope for thing you wanted and you feel betrayed, and that can be very disappointing. In a relationship, somebody stabs you in the back. A friend you thought you trusted spreading gossip about you, for example. It's like it could hurt you. It could make you feel melancholy and blue and kind of cause you to stagnate and get stuck. So the challenge is not allowing your emotions to get the better of you or for this to throw you off your game. With the Ten of Swords reversed here, it indicates to me you have the ability to rise above this. You can move on from whatever this is. And as a matter of fact, if you make the necessary changes, begin something new, let that go, let this thing go and begin something new, you'll be more empowered. That which doesn't kill you makes you stronger and ready to take on a new beginning that could make you feel more empowered.
So Lilith, the challenge looks to me like maybe you want to meter your time out slowly, reverently even, in looking at an emotional situation that maybe was startling or somehow concerning to you. Maybe it was, like we are theorizing about a stab in the back or a big letdown that you understood or maybe are able to get over, but you really want to take your time before you have everything go back to hunky-dory.
It's true.
This is really about saying, take your time. This emotional situation really was bothersome enough that you don't want to, it's not like this was the worst hurt you ever gone through, but maybe it's happened more times with a similar person or situation, and you just want to sort of take your time getting back to that normal footing you may have enjoyed in some respects.
It could be financial, it could be work related,
a coworker,
or it could be just the Knight of Earth reversed. I like what Mr. O said there about slowing down, but don't slow down to the point where you're not doing anything. I think there is a need for change and growth here and a new beginning of some sort with the stork showing up and starting something new or initiating something, but carefully, with careful forethought, not just running off, you know what I mean? Like, for example, a rebound relationship. They never work out well. So in other words, don't just run off crazy to do something because you're upset. Do it because it's the right thing to do and will put you in a better, more stable position, financially or otherwise.
Whether it's a more fraternal kind of relationship, coworker, that kind of thing, family, or whether it is maybe something more personal, I sort of see you moving in a new direction, most likely, but I also see the possibility of you being able to address that situation as something new, like a new status quo from a position of strength. That the thing is, that if there is, no matter who this person or the situation is, if it is about forgiving things to kind of reset the scales, you have the power to really kind of set it the way you want. Maybe it's not going to be a total forgiveness thing, but just sort of a coming to terms of some sort.
That's what we have for you. Good luck with that.
Good luck.
And we made it to Lena.
All right.
And I know Lena's was about passing a driver's test in the next 5 months, I believe.
Yeah, I'm going to scroll up and see if I can see that. There it is. Do you see me succeeding my oral driving test in the next coming 5 months?
Okay. Wow, an oral driving test. Holy moly.
Well, I don't know how often, but maybe you should just start scheduling now. Have one every month until you get it. No, I'm just kidding.
No.
But that's a good question.
So how you want to do that? Are you going to do
Lola.
a yes, no, or are you going to do a...
It's your deck, isn't it?
Oh!
Or is it?
Yes, it is. You're right. You are right.
No, it's mine.
What?
Because I used these and you used... It's my deck. I use these.
You're right. I just threw a deck back in here. You're
Okay.
right. Okay. Quit confusing me, Mr.
We crazy.
O.
We crazy. Okay, I'm going to use this deck then and have your question. Lena's on, and then I think
You're welcome, Lilith.
Is Flower Beauty after... How far
Didn't
after?
I just print the list? Lena, Dr. V.
I'll read it for her then.
Lena,
we're on-
Dr. V, Flower Beauty.
I was
and-
trying to read it.
I was just reading it. I see it right here. And Lily B. Sorry. Just went ahead and read it. Nothing to get upset about. Okay.
Did you say do this as a yes or no, or just as 3 cards?
I was asking you how you wanted to do it. I said either way. I think you could do a yes, no on it.
Okay, we'll do a yes or no.
Because it was just about will I pass it, right? So
Right.
it lends itself.
Mhm.
Let's see what we get.
We might get a clue as to how soon.
Oh, did she ask that too?
In the next 5 months. So we
Oh.
could say yes, but maybe something seems to show that it's going to be sooner than later.
I see.
If we see
I
that.
like this. You don't believe the Lenormand I pulled for this. You can't tell?
I can't tell what number it is.
Okay, that's good. Let me see. A piece, where's your swords? It's 1. It's right up there.
See, I knew I had to stop because I had a feeling it was the ace.
So it's the ace. Yeah.
That was the 12th card.
That's okay. Wow. That deck wasn't a good one for the or yes, no.
They're just very lightly colored. Sorry.
Okay. Good.
Well, sad to say, it looks like it's leaning towards no. We only have one ace. The naked man with his gut being ripped out. And a reverse Ten of Wands and a reverse Knight of Pentacles.
Reverse Knight of Pentacles.
And it's the Knight. And
the Knight.
No, it's the Page. I'm sorry.
Okay,
it's
that's
the Knave.
fine. I just thought you said 9, so.
No, I said Knight,
I
but
know.
it was 9.
So it's the Page of Pentacles reversed. Well, Lena, I think you're going to have to study harder, if you want to pull this off. It's leaning towards no. It's not a definite no, so you can pull this off. But you have to study harder, be more serious about it. And what was that one again?
It's the 10?
The Ten of Wands reversed. Maybe, if you need some more instruction, that might be what the 10 is about, seeking some help, some guidance with this so that it will go smoother.
I think it could be about a distraction that you need to get rid of.
Okay.
10 of Wands could be something that's interfering with that. Maybe you have other things that you need to lessen so you can focus more on this study.
Okay, well, I like yours too, but it could be either. And the Lenormand will prove interesting to you.
The Rider. And the Lilies? Is this one the Lilies?
Yes, that is the Lilies, number 30. And so, I think here that you'll get there. You will move towards this, but it may take the whole 5 months for you to do so. It may take a little bit longer, but you're really going to have to focus yourself on this and really take it seriously.
I like the idea that since it wasn't a definite no, that it seems like a lot of this will be on you, Lena, that the amount of energy or focus you can bring to bear, and that really to understand that it's about really evolving through this. It's not enough just to learn enough to pass the test, but to be really acquainted with it. And so maybe that's how you should formalize the goal in your mind. You don't want to just pass the test. You want to be a really capable driver.
Yeah, and I think just the fact that we got the Rider in the Lenormand, and it's not with a bad card, it's not with a negative card, it just may say you have to just take this and pace yourself and you'll get there. I think you will ultimately get there, but it may take, the full 5 months or a little bit longer than you anticipated. And it's going to depend, like Mr. O had said, on you. So good luck with that.
Let's ask this again, maybe.
Yeah.
Alrighty, so we are now on Dr. V, and Dr. V asked if an associate or a colleague, CU, that's the initials, was going to resign.
Okay, after Dr. V is Flower Beauty, and
then
I think
Lily.
then Lily. Okay.
And our list is closed. Okay, so that's you. How do you want to do this?
What was
Let me read
Dr.
the
V's
question
again?
Whether an associate or colleague, CU, was going to resign.
Oh.
Let's see if I have that here.
Well, that does lend
We'll
itself...
see you resign soon.
Well, I'm going to find the right deck here. That does lend itself a bit to a yes-no,
Yeah.
but I don't know if I want to do a yes, no, or not.
Okay, well, we only have 2 more readings after
Let's
this,
do
so
a
we could
yes,
just do the full
no.
reading.
Well, let's do the 3 cards.
And then a
3
yes,
cards
no
will
if we
tell
don't like
us.
it, if we can't determine.
Yeah. Yeah, I think we're doing okay time-wise. We're just going a little over.
Yeah, I mean, we didn't do as many as we might have done, but we're good.
Okay.
You know, we did start off pretty slow, so maybe today was just a bad day for some reason.
Well, we had a birthday reading, don't forget.
We
We
did,
had
but I mean,
Kara's
nobody came
birthday
in for
reading.
like literally 5 minutes.
That's true. Well, they're used to us starting late. We've been a little lax lately. We've got to be
Maybe
better on
that's
Sunday.
it.
Sundays I get a little lazy. All right. First card. The Tower. Second card, the 6 of Pentacles. Upright. They're all upright so far. So is this one. The 2 of Swords. So you're asking if somebody is going to resign soon. I don't know if they're in the doghouse with their bosses or whatever. They're frustrated with their job. But that Tower sure indicates something is not right. Like something is crumbling around them. And so I almost feel like maybe they're going to feel compelled to, some crisis or some shift of some sort is going to make them decide to resign. What is that card? That's right, 6 of Pentacles. They're weighing things right now. I get the feeling that they're really looking at the positives or negatives, of whether they should resign or not. What if I do? What if I don't? Will it equal out? Will I be okay? Or should I stick it out? And that 2 of Swords is indicating to me that they're thinking about it, but maybe they haven't decided yet, Dr. V. But the thing is, that Tower card may force the issue.
I get the feeling like maybe this person is on the ropes in some regards, that maybe they're being scrutinized in some way and that maybe things are working against them. I think ultimately, I don't think they'll resign so much as maybe be told that, be forced to resign. So I don't think they'll resign on their own. I have a feeling that they could be forced to resign. And when I look at the 6 of Pentacles, I think that this is about maybe achieving a flow within the situation. And so that I think it may say that it's really out of their hands. And I think it is leading toward the idea that they will be convinced possibly. That's just how I'm looking at that.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I can sort of see that, but I'm not sure. I'm going to stick with what I said, but I'm curious about your Lenormand. Let's see.
All right. So the birds.
Yep.
And the fish. Interesting.
Well, it's possible here that money's an issue and that maybe they've been networking around and they're realizing that they could do better elsewhere. I just wonder about that because it just looks as though they're looking at their financials and maybe they're talking to other people right now, which means they may resign from the job they're at for something new. It could be.
Yeah, it sort of tips my hand the other way now. I sort of see that maybe it's not so much that they're going to be forced to resign, but that maybe they will feel they should get out, at least if they are under some sort of scrutiny with another offer or situation that seems to be showing up, or maybe networking with friends, Dr. Victor. I don't know.
Interesting reading. Do you think we need to do a yes, no, or should we just see?
I don't know.
I'm leaning towards one way or another. I think they will be moving out. I don't know when.
One way or the other.
Because the thing that makes me think it might take a little while longer, Dr. V, is that 2 of Swords. That 2 of Swords upright.
Considerations.
There's like a stalemate, right? Like right now, that nothing is going to happen right away. So, but there definitely is a consideration here. Yeah.
A process.
So you might want to check in with us again if it hasn't happened in a certain time frame, and we'll see if we can't pin it down more.
Okay,
Oh,
they're
please do
asking
it?
you. We'll do a
Okay.
yes or no.
All right,
Sure.
we will. Because we are getting towards the end of the show in the bottom, so we're doing fine.
Well, I think we only have Lily, right?
No, we have Flower Beauty.
and Lily. Okay.
How could you forget?
Sorry.
It's all right. So we're asking it, will they resign soon?
We'll see you resign.
Well, I'm going to say, will they resign soon?
Yeah.
Because I'm really getting the feeling they are,
But that
or
maybe
leaving.
it won't be soon.
But I wonder what I'll get when I
Okay.
say it that way.
Right. Exactly.
All right. Whoa. These are hard to do too. But I can at least read them. Nice and big.
One more.
Okay. Oh, wow. And then on the first card. Well, you know.
It's not a positive yes, but it is leaning that way.
And it's interesting what came out here, but let's put these out there. There's the Ace of Pentacles upright and the Ace of Swords on the other end upright, because in the middle was a different card. So those just tell us that it's leaning towards yes, but here is the card in the middle. It's the Four of Cups upright. They're weighing their options right now. They're looking at their options, or they're just sitting back and doing nothing about it, nothing on this at the moment. So even though I asked if it will be soon, I don't think it's like imminent, but I do think it's coming. Could it happen 1 to 3 months from now? I think it's highly possible. I think it's leaning towards yes.
I don't have the idea of that time differentiation, but I do feel like it is coming sooner than later. It just not be very immediate, but it seems like it's being discussed or talked about either on their end or somebody else's end. So I think it will happen. It's maybe not as soon as we're wondering.
So good luck with that.
Good luck, Dr. Victor.
All right, we are on Flower
Flower
Beauty.
Beauty.
Hi, Flower Bee. It's finally your turn.
Yes. And I seem to be out of decks. Oh, wait, here's the deck. Okay, I can use this deck. Can you remind us your question again? Or I could look it up, scroll backwards and see if I can find it. Whoops.
My thing is not scrolling for some reason again. There it goes. So weird.
And I'm going to use a particularly older deck of mine. The 007 or
Why
also...
did Mr. A behave so badly with me in the end? Was he trying to play me all along? Okay.
All right.
We've got
I
a
remember
Flower
that.
Bee. All right, let her around.
So our first one is the reversed Knight of Wands. The next one is the upright Ten of Wands. And then it's the Seven of Swords. And it's upright.
Oh.
So there definitely is some sense of a deception here. Seven of Swords could look like somebody had a secret or had an agenda that they didn't want known.
They had some hidden burdens. You know, did they have another... I don't know. Is this a romantic reading? Or is this a business reading? Because...
Wands
or
add to
friendship.
business, but...
Pardon me?
Wands add to business,
Right.
but...
but it could be something else. And I'm thinking here that, there was something burdening them, something stressing them out. So that's why I was thinking,
romantic.
I knew it, that maybe there was somebody else too that is dependent on them, or that they care about too, and so that you didn't know about because that darn Seven of Swords there. And I think with the Knight of Wands reversed here, they were just not being necessarily on the up and up or loyal.
Some of the Knights reversed do seem to have unsavory aspects, but this one is kind of hold their own with that. The Knight of Wands is maybe somebody who is opinionated about themselves, is brash, is maybe foolhardy, and they kind of can shrug things off. They can do these things and shrug them off because they tend to be very self-oriented to the extreme in a way. So this could be that person, or this could be how the situation unfolded.
Could it be, too, that they were experiencing any outside pressure for dating you or being with you? I mean, like from family or friends or something like that. I won't rule that out,
Right. The Ten of Wands could add a burdensome feel there, like maybe they felt that this would be more trouble than it was worth, and that could be the hallmark of somebody who was a player, that they just decided they didn't think their return on this was going to be worth it. So it's really kind of sad, but we do have a lot of shallow people in the world, sadly.
Oh, don't we ever.
Oh, and I just destroyed the camera. Not totally. There we go.
Well, I wonder if this is relating to him. Okay, it must be. Here.
So you're asking if he was a player.
I think it's possible, and especially it's funny you're asking that as I pull these Lenormand.
Chatterbug. Well, I don't know that.
I think he could have been a player because the birds talks about socializing and interacting with others. At the very least, communicating with others. And the clover is there as luck and serendipitous. It's possible he met somebody else, that he felt, this was a synchronistic meeting, and suddenly, the relationship with you became a burden, right? Or vice versa. Maybe this other thing, he had something else going on here. Maybe he has multiple things going on here. And, he felt that, establishing this relationship would be a burden for you.
Well, I decided to look at the bottom card, Flower Beauty, because we were talking about whether or not there was somebody else. And I got the Hanged Man. And I'm going to say that maybe he decided to give you up because he liked something else better, or he found something else better. I'm just saying that that's a possibility, is what it looks like. There was
holding him
somebody else.
Right, something's holding him up. Because if you take that Hanged Man with that Ten of Wands, it just seems as though there's some burden or some thing that's tying him up. And it could be a partnership with someone else. Or, like I said, outside pressure.
A player.
Another thing about this is the birds can be about gossip and talk. And he felt that maybe he needed to take his fortunes elsewhere.
So sorry.
So just giving you some ideas to think about here, but it's really not nice for people to treat you badly in the process of saying, hey, this isn't going to work out for me. There certainly are better ways to treat people.
Well, we know from a lot of readings we've done for people over the years that there are a lot of people who have a very cavalier idea about relationships, and they're very selfish. We're sorry for everybody.
Well, good luck with that situation, Flower Bee. Move beyond it.
All right. So we are on Lily Brown, who is coming towards me for marriage.
You're welcome, Flower Bee. It seems like to me it was nothing that you were going to be able to ever control, or that it was anything against you per se. It seems like there were other things going on in that person's life. Oh, good luck with that. All right, so we are on, and who's coming towards me for marriage? Okay.
Is that one of your readings?
Maybe. Yeah, let's try it. Let's see what we get.
Thanks, Lily.
And you are welcome, Flower Bee.
You're welcome. And remind everybody that this week we're going to have another segment of the Unhappy Hour, which is our attempt at giving a little bit of common sense approach to, the things that are depressing.
The things that go wrong in life.
We help you turn your frown upside down. It's going to be on Wednesday evening, 6 p.m. It is pre-recorded, but we will be live in the chat room so we can chat with everybody, have a little bit of fun. So we'd appreciate it if you support that. Thank you.
All right. So who's coming towards you in marriage? Well, this is just the qualities of this person. It's the Queen of Wands. I think this is somebody who could be very, who just is, gosh,
the word that comes,
an aura about them.
The word that comes to mind to me is vivacious.
I think this is somebody you could be wildly attracted to. If not, for their looks and it would be for their charisma and, their character, their personality is just very vibrant and magnetic. But hey, there could definitely be a passionate attraction as well.
I sort of feel like this person is very charismatic and very dynamic, but I sort of feel like maybe there's a little bit of a mystery here because when you look at it, there's not a total package for you. You sense that about them, but you don't know why they would be that way necessarily. It's intriguing and exciting, but you sort of feel like there's another side there that maybe you want to explore a little bit.
Well, if you're going to marry them, yes. If this is a person coming towards you in marriage.
True.
I feel it could be a fire sign, right?
Okay.
All that fire energy there in the wands. I feel that they could be probably equivalent to you in age and maturity level. And I think that they are very dynamic. They may have a career in the creative arts. They could also have a career in business, some type of business.
I think there's somebody that could possibly be good at speaking in the public, could be the kind of person that has the ability to kind of bring people along. So they could even have political ambitions at some point, who knows?
Well, so what is the theme? What's going to be connecting with you here? Well, I got the Emperor reversed. I look for a major arcana, and there it is. But it's reversed. And so I feel here that this may have its ups and downs, this relationship. I think there may be a dynamic here going on between the two of you that has to do with power and control. You guys are both going to have to work on issues of power sharing. And, this person is going to be a very dynamic personality here. So, they need to rein it in once in a while and not totally outshine you.
This person, you will need to remind that they need to take your counsel into account when they're being their dynamic self. That this person will need to just be reminded that, you are two parts of a whole. That maybe they tend to be, so into themselves that they need you to kind of anchor them a little bit.
Okay, so whatever. Oh, wow.
So what does that card mean?
It's the Seven of Wands upright.
But what's the position?
Well, it's basically where things are headed or what's going to be going on in this relationship. And if that, in a sense, does not tie in to some of the things I said about the Emperor card here, in that each of you, You know, I'll look at one thing here. I do feel that this relationship could uplift the both of you if you play your cards right. You know, if you guys learn to power share, if you learn to work together as an equal partnership team, and you play your cards right, you both will be on a higher ground and in a better position to make this relationship work. But if each of you are going to be operating on power over one or the other, that could be problematic in your relationship and cause some conflicts along the way.
You know, in terms of a relationship, a possible marriage, this card is like saying, it's you and me against the world, baby. And that's what this is saying, is that
nice too.
within each other, you will find what you need to take on the world on your own terms.
Nice.
So let's look at the Lenormand. The home and the ship.
It's an interesting, thing here, Lily. I could look at this a number of ways.
Yeah.
I could say, for one thing, that you may move a lot with this person. You know, look at the ship, look at the house. You may move a few times before you find the perfect place you settle into. But I could also look at this as saying, maybe this relationship is overseas or away from where you live now, and it will take you to new shores where you will settle down with this individual.
I can't add anything to that other than the fact that this little card up here is the King of Hearts, and that sure seems to be the sign of somebody that you would really love or care for.
Aww.
So I think this is a good marriage when you get there.
I think it is. I mean, you know, look at us. We're always fighting with each other. And here we are. We're always jockeying for position. I read cards better. No, I do. No, I do. No, we don't do
It's
that.
true.
Anyway, hey,
All
good
right,
luck
Lily.
with that.
Good luck.
I've been trying to rein this Scorpio in for years.
Give up.
40 some years.
Give up.
We're still together. All right. Hey, everybody, we are done. And we're only 12 minutes into overtime. We probably did take a few less readings today. We did have a birthday reading, but I think we were very on point, and we got through it all. So I want to thank everybody for stopping in, and also remind people, hey, if you know anybody who'd be interested in subscribing to our YouTube channel, by all means, send them our way, because, we could use a few more subscribers here.
Thank you.
Always, the more the merrier, and want to thank you all again. Have a great week ahead, and the other reminder, we're not here on Thursday.
That's right.
So we will see you next Sunday, and then the Thursday following that. And we'll be here, of course, for our happy hour on Saturday. So, take
Thanks,
care,
guys.
everybody. Have a great week ahead, and we'll see you next time.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.